Do you want to know what it feels like?
I feel like I've been living under a dictatorship for 55 years. Volatile, controlling, oppressive. I've lived like this since I was 8 years old.
I'm 42. I feel like I'm being followed by a dark presence. I didn't know anything about it till 5 years ago. It just crept up on me.
I'm 16. I think I've been cursed. I feel like a dirty, grubby bug is crawling all over my skin, secreting on me.
I'm 29. For me, it's like an old widow dressed in black. It's clinging to my shoulders, refusing to let go, holding me back.
We're talking about psoriasis.
What even is that?
Hard to spell.
Hard to say.
It's a skin condition, okay?
When you rot from the inside, people care.
When you rot from the outside, people stare.
Are you contagious?
Think that's outrageous? I was sitting on the bus a long time ago, dressed from head to toe. I always dress from head to toe, wouldn't want anything to show. But that day I had it on my hands, thick like the skin of a rhino. This man sits next to me, and out of the corner of my eye I see where his gaze lands. Within a second, he's on his feet, down the bus to another seat. That day, I wanted to die.
I never take off my top, never wear shorts, no matter how hot. But at Centre Parks, the kids wanted to swim. They begged and begged me to jump in, so I did. The chlorine made it bright red, but my skin wasn't flaking, no crumbs from my head. There were days when I shed, but not that day. That day, just red on my back and my chest, my legs, knees, and the rest. Anyway, I'm having some fun with the kids when I see the manager walking around the pool.
What's wrong with your skin?
Psoriasis, I say to him. I give it its name.
What even is that?
He's not to blame. It's always the same. They don't teach it at school.
We've had complaints from other parents.
It's not contagious. It won't spread.
They'd like you to leave.
So I heave myself out of the water in front of my son and daughter. I feel humiliated, just devastated. But this is what's never stated, how it eats at your soul and your self-esteem. The next day, I buy a full-body wetsuit. And the lifeguard says to me, "Why are you wearing that?" I must have looked like a prat. Whatever you do, you lose. I smiled at him and said, "It's to hide the tattoos."
My daughter didn't want to kiss me. She's only 5. She said, "There's something wrong with your face." I went to give her a hug, and she moved her head back, like that. I'm a mother and a wife. I feel guilty I let this affect my life. I won't let him run his hands down my legs. No, not even if he begs. He says he doesn't mind that I'm all scale and rind, but sometimes it's under my breasts, in my crotch, notches and blotches. I don't feel sexy. All through the night, I itch and scratch and rub my feet. When I wake in the morning, there's blood on the sheets. There's handfuls of skin in the cotton, the carpet by the bed's white with rotten flakes and scaly scrapes, the grated cheese of the molting disease. I vacuum and clean every day. He says nothing. I mean, what can he say? But one day I gave him a cuddle on the couch, and afterwards I spied him wiping it down. He didn't flinch or frown. He just wiped it down. The skin from my crown. What if he leaves me for someone with smooth skin? Someone who lets him in?
You're lucky you've got a mate. I'm too scared to date. But hey, it won't kill you. It's psoriasis.
Hard to spell.
Hard to say.
It's a skin condition, okay?
At least it's not cancer.
You won't die.
So hide your sorrows.
And try not to cry.
You've worked with me for 10 years, sat near for half your career, and yet you had no idea. Do you know why? Because it's hidden under my shirt and tie. It's everywhere except my face, my only saving grace. Yes, I go to the loo more often than you.
We'll have a laugh with the staff, make jokes about your secret smokes and your bladder infection.
But do you know what I do there? Body correction. I obsessively comb my hair, brush my shoulders clean, rub my skin, apply some cream. And then I'm good for an hour. But when it's bad, I go home for a shower. It's so demeaning, I'm always cleaning. You've no idea how hard I try to hide this affliction, how I lie to keep up the fiction that I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I just can't talk about it because it makes me cry. There are days when I want to die.
My doctor said it's in my head, but it's chicken and egg. I didn't get this because I'm stressed. I got it and then got depressed.
Don't get me started on doctors and GPs. They know even less about it than me. Most of them haven't got a clue. They've no idea what to do.
Take this cream.
Apply it from head to toe.
And it might go.
We have a lotion.
A potion.
And if that doesn't work, we don't have a notion.
It can't be cured. You'll have it for life.
Those words stuck in my head like a knife. It was getting worse and worse, like a witch's curse. I'd go back, he'd shrug and sigh like I was wasting his time.
You have to get used to it. You're not going to die.
I saw GP after GP, but not one of them would refer me. By then, I couldn't cope. I'd given up hope. They've no idea what you feel inside. I was actually close to suicide. To them, it's just a bit of dry skin, but it's how your mind goes into a spin.
It doesn't have to look that bad to drive you completely mad.
I was in constant pain, going insane. I couldn't explain what it was all about. I stopped going out. There was no one I could call. I had no one at all.
There's no understanding.
I hate being demanding, but I had to beg, literally beg, to get a referral.
At last, I got to see someone good. Someone who actually understood. The specialist said,
"We can treat this."
I thought they were taking the piss.
How does this affect your life?
No one had ever asked me how I felt. My heart began to melt. I told them, it's not just my skin. It touches everything. I can't go for a swim. I can't go to the gym. I can't laze on a beach. There's no part of my life this thing doesn't reach.
I can't use nice soap because it burns like rope. I shed skin on the loo. I can't use shampoo. There's endless streams of greasy creams. It's not just my skin, it's every relationship I'm in.
It's always hurting. I can't go out flirting. I had to tell my lover it's on my vulva. I'm in pain, can't sleep. There's no part of my life this thing doesn't reach.
Don't worry, we can stem the tide. There are things that you've never tried, treatments that your doctor may not know about or can't prescribe.
As the consultant spoke, my confidence grew. I walked outside, sat down and cried. I no longer had to hide. He gave me a voice, offered me a choice, let me speak. And the treatment started to work within weeks.
Here's what I remember. I saw the specialist sometime in November, and now it was Christmas Eve. I was in the bath, and I couldn't believe what I saw. My skin was clear from here to here. It'd completely gone, not a mark, not a sign. I couldn't believe this body was mine. After 30 years, it was like magic. How could it disappear so quick? Of course, for some, it will take longer. But if someone listens, you feel stronger. And yes, it comes and it goes, but my self-esteem grows.
I looked at my skin for what felt like an age. All my life I'd been locked in a cage, and someone had opened the gate. And all that loathing and self-hate, that weight, that terrible weight just fell away. And I felt great. I was free. I shed my old self, and now it was me.
I want to run naked down the street, hug everyone I meet.
If you have psoriasis and your life is in crisis,
Or someone you know has a tale of woe,
or you're a GP with patients to see,
don't give up, we can treat it.
and yes, we'll beat it.
There's no cure, that's for sure.
But you need to know you can make it go.
For 10 years, I've been more or less free.
I control it.
It no longer controls me.